Good Wednesday night. Welcome to BCP Live here on a Wednesday. We tried to do this on Tuesday night, and internet issues, personally, I think is the heat. I think if it wasn't 100 and ridiculous outside, then we might have some smoother internet, but that's not to blame anything but the heat itself. I'm Joey McWilliams. Glad that you're watching tonight or today, as the case may be. If you're watching the replay, thank you for tuning in. We're glad that you are a part of what's going on here with the Bryan County Patriot. Have a guest tonight, and I'm going to introduce him in just a moment. I do want to say really quickly that I'm going to be talking a little bit later on about one of the advertisers here on the Bryan County Patriot. And, we try to talk about as many of our advertisers and sponsors as we can. This broadcast doesn't have a sponsorship. I want to leave this open to make sure everybody knows, look, there's no agenda here whatsoever, and there's really not an agenda on the BryanCountyPatriot.com either, but we have a good sponsor that is something special going on during the month of July, so I want to talk about that a little bit later on. All right, in the meantime, let me introduce tonight's guest, and it is somebody that you may know already because he is an incumbent, another one of our candidates that are stopping by BCP Live. We get to visit with Ron Boyer tonight, who is the County Commissioner for District 1 in Bryan County. Ron, first off, it's nice to see you tonight. I know we've had a chance to get to know each other over the course of the last few years, and I appreciate you. But I just wanted to say thank you for coming on. Tell us just a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Well, first off, I want to say thanks for having me on. Who am I? I'm a retired engineer that decided to become a commissioner. The reason for the commissioner was I was requested or asked by individuals in this county to help me or to help the county grow. And part of my background was project management and things of that nature. So I came out to this part of the country. I'm from this part of the country, but I came out here originally to go fishing, and I took a left-handed turn, and I ended up as a commissioner. So I'm running now for my third term. And I'm doing that as I've got projects in the mix, and I'd like to continue what we're doing and grow and lead the county as best I can. And hopefully at the end of this term, maybe I can hand it off to an individual that can take it and run with it.
Well, okay, I have to ask you really quickly, do you ever get a chance to go fishing, or is it just stuff all the time? Do you get to fish every now and again? Okay, we're okay.
Not even now and then. I started this job. It's a 10, 12-hour a day job. I don't really mind it. I got the energy to keep going with it. But no, I haven't done it. And my wife can attest to that because we like to go RVing too. And I haven't done that either. So she's done her best of sacrifice and support me the best she can.
Well, that's really nice to hear. I appreciate that. It's good to have somebody right there by your side. You were talking about that people had talked to you about, possibly doing this job. Of course, you've done it now for 2 terms. I won't ask you any more about why you decided to run in the first place. I would ask you now about this campaign. So you are the incumbent. You have an opportunity to run once again. What's on your heart, and why do you decide to try this one more time?
The growth in the county is what I guess spurred me on. Was we have a lot of activity. We got a lot of pieces that are moving very quickly. And for an incumbent, I have the experience as well as I have the relationships to be able to do the job. Someone that would come in brand new that wouldn't know this from anything, because I'll tell them right up front, working in the government, it's not like working in this private sector at all. I had 30 plus years doing that in corporate, and this one here doesn't even begin to look like that. So it is a lot of relationships, a lot of working together, a lot of partnerships also out there. So that I'm able to bring that to the party. We've got one of the bigger projects that I brought in was the Choctaw tribe has gifted us the federal building. That's a 1917 building, but it's in excellent shape, but it does need renovated, and it needs a lot of it. So I can run those type of projects and keep them in budget and keep them basically under the timeline so that we can utilize that thing. And that's one of the ones I want to do. There's a few others out there that I'd like to do. As a commissioner, we've been able to start acquiring the equipment we need to do better jobs or faster jobs on our roads. And I know that that's what a lot of people have on their heart. They want the roads done, and I don't blame them. And if we can get them there, we will. but we've been able to get our inventory up. When I inherited this place, it didn't have a lot of inventory. It had a lot of hand-me-downs, a lot of broken downs. Now we've got equipment that pretty much will run 24/7 if we ask it to. So now we're able to start really getting production. And that's what I look forward to, is putting production in place. Our guys are paving roads now that first 4 years I was here, we couldn't do it. We didn't have the equipment to do it. Now we do.
We're speaking with Ron Boyer here on Bryan County Patriot on the BCP Live, and appreciate you watching tonight here on a Wednesday night. A little bit different take tonight, but also those of you who are watching the replay on Thursday or Friday, thank you for stopping by as well. I did mention earlier I'm going to talk about Pro Image. I hadn't forgotten about them. We'll talk about them just a little bit later on. In the meantime, Ron, you mentioned a couple things in that last answer, and I'd actually like to ask you about both of the things as they've come up. The first thing was growth in the county. I don't think there's any question that Bryan County has seen dramatic growth in the last few years, and it seems like it's just happening exponentially. I mean, it's just continuing to be at some curve that goes up like that, and we're just we're watching it in real time. Talk about the growth in the county and what you see in that, how you can make a difference there.
Sure. The county did enjoy about 9% plus growth over the last 10 years, from 2010 to 2020, when the census was taken. The county is almost what I would call becoming the bedroom community for the Texas industry or the Texas commercial work down there. People also are moving here for retirement. It's a slower pace of life. It's a lower cost of living, things like that. So they're coming in. My district, the District 1, actually enjoyed the best growth out of all of the districts, and we actually had the 9% growth in this district. I've got roughly 2,500 people more in this district now than the other two districts. So it is growing, and I always use the excuse, the reason we're growing is I found out that if you're 20 miles now within the lake, you're at lakefront property. So we qualify. so we've got a lot of people coming here. There's a lot of things happening. The neighborhoods, we're turning into a suburban area. The neighborhoods are now what's the most common thing we're seeing built, where you've got homes and they're sitting on half-acre land, and it's starting to turn into a community. It's got a lot of growing pains, but I think it's going to be very successful if we manage it right.
You know, anything that grows is going to have growing pains. That just seems to be part of it. But that is what you're talking about, bringing that management ability to the table. Another thing you mentioned, Ron, was relationships, and I'm a real relationship kind of guy. That's very important to me. I appreciate getting to go see people, even today alone in my work with the Patriot, with the online BryanCountyPatriot.com, and getting to stop in, talk to people in their businesses, visit with them a little bit. It's not just, hey, here's an invoice, or hey, here's this, or hey, here's this story. Let's talk for a little while. Let's visit. Let's find out about who you are, what's going on with your life, how's your family, that kind of thing. And it really is real. That makes a difference to me. You were talking about relationships. How important is that for you, and what does that mean for you as a candidate for commissioner?
I think it's very important. I think it's probably one of the best assets that I have to bring to this job. The relationships allow me to get into areas or use resources that I don't normally have access to. So you have relationships with the tribes. You have relationships with the stakeholders in the city. You have relationships basically with the Corps, with a lot of different individuals. And as people that know me and have worked with me before, I'm basically kind of like the go-to guy. I need to do this. How do you do it? Well, I may not always all know the answer, but I probably know the person that will know the answer. So we're able to short seat and get the answers to you. Probably a frustrating thing out and being in a rural area is that you don't know who to call, who to talk to. And I've been able to fill that role fairly well. And we're able to point people in the right direction. In rural America, or in rural Bryan County, where it's unincorporated, there's a lot of rules that don't exist that you had in the city. So now you've got to understand how to sort of self-govern yourself, as well as you've got to be sort of savvy to know what's going on out there around you. So if something goes bump in the night, you know what to do about it.
Well, Ron, I want to thank you for taking time with us tonight too. And you were talking about contact. We're going to get a way to get your contact information in the comments just a little bit later on. Also, if you're watching this on YouTube, we will, after the stream, we'll put Ron's contact information in the description as well. So keep that in mind there. Ron, as we wrap up our time tonight, I wanted to give you an opportunity to just, put a bow on this, talk to the folks and let them know why they should vote for you. If there's anything else that you wanted to mention, just here's your opportunity.
Okay, appreciate that. Like I said, the thing that I bring to this is probably the experience. But with that experience, the people that know me that I've been around 8 years now is also consistency. They see that I don't go up, I don't go down. I pretty much go right through the middle. I'm persistent to the point of maybe being irritable to some people at the time. But we get our answers. We work together. This is one big happy family. As a commissioner, I'm not only over the county as far as a lot of the financing of whatever goes on, but I also have the projects that I work on. Besides the roads, I have a lot of the buildings, almost all the facilities I'm working for. So all of this working together and bringing it in, what I've been able to do is save our county quite a bit of money because of the background and some of the experience I've got from the private world. We don't contract the world out. We actually can do a lot of our work now in-house, and we're saving ourselves a lot of money in that process. And that's what I want to continue. If I contract things, I'm going to spend 50% more of the projects. And I don't need to do that if we don't need to do it. So that's the thing I bring to it. I want to save us money, but I also want to give us a even level to work from that's consistent so that the people know what to expect and things aren't always changing around them. Because consistency is what they like. They don't like changes really as they come up. So I try to provide that type of environment and make myself as available as I can, as transparent as I can. Like you said, I will put my name and my email and my phone number up. I encourage people to call me if they've got questions. I've got a little paper that I put together that I think that you've seen that is pretty much a good summary of what we do in this job. But it is a complex job. It's not something that someone can just waltz in and has no experience managing. This just will not work. If you do that, you'll end up, the county will end up wasting a lot of money in the process. So I ask people to vote for me only because I'm here to serve them. I want to make our lives, I want to make our community what we can be it, make it safer, make it more inviting, if you will, and grow it as much as we can. Because there's a lot of opportunities out there. You just got to start looking around and you'll see them. And that's part of my job is I look around for opportunities that will help people, maybe bring entertainment to them, whatever we can do. We've got some exciting things we're working on, and I think coming forward in the next 4 years, we'll see a lot of it come to being, and I think people will be very happy.
All right, Ron Boyer, who is the incumbent, the county commissioner for District 1 in Bryan County. And as soon as I let him off the hook here and take up less of his time here on a Wednesday night, by the way, thank you for stopping by, Ron. He's going to get in the comments and he's going to put that information on there so you'll be able to see it. And if you're watching the replay right now, it'll already be in the comment section for you too. And it'll be in the description on the YouTube channel. Ron, thank you so much, sir, for being with us here on BCP Live tonight. And I know you got another busy day ahead of you, so I don't want to keep you up too late.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you to everybody.
All right. That's Ron Boyer. And so I'm going to let him go and be able to, take care of putting this in the comments section now. So it's been fun. I've enjoyed getting to visit not only with Ron tonight, but we've had a number of other candidates who are running for election, so many different levels, county government, state government, the federal government as well. I mean, we've been able to have folks on here who are running for the U.S. House of Representatives. So, I mean, it's all over that we've been able to get to visit with folks here on BCP Live. And I hope you've enjoyed that too, because I've enjoyed having the opportunity to get to talk to people, visit with people, and just, pretty much, I like saying hi. It's like I said before, I'm the relationship guy. I thoroughly enjoy getting to talk to people and stop by your businesses, and let me stay there for just a second longer, because I do want to give Ron an opportunity to put that in the comment section. Some of you all know, many of you all know, well, almost everyone knows that I broadcast sports, right? So that's the drinking game. Here we go. I do broadcast sports. Some of you knew, though, that I'm a preacher as well. And I have enjoyed getting to work in what some people would call full-time ministry. I think we're all in full-time ministry all the time, whether you're employed by a church or not. If you know Jesus, I think that, we're all in full-time ministry and we all need to be acting like it. That having been said, though, I've been employed by a church before many, many times for, well more than 2 decades. And I'm not employed by a church right now. Still in full-time ministry. I like stopping by where you are. I like to visit where you are. I like to come to your business to say hi, to stop in, to shake your hand, hug your neck, whatever the case may be. And let's talk for a little bit. Now, some days are longer than others, and I get it. I understand, sometimes I might stop by your business and you might be busy. I want you to be busy. I want you to be making money. I want your business to grow and be successful. Sometimes you have a chance to stop and talk a little bit, and those are the fun times for me. So I like that a lot, and I appreciate Ron talking about relationships and how important those are. So someone else with whom we have a relationship here on BCP Live, and I'm getting some text along the way here. Let me see here. I'm going to try to do this left-handed. I don't know if I can do it or not. We'll find out. Let's see if this works. Is it going to work? It did work. I did switch over to my right hand for just a little bit there. Okay. So last night I talked about First Friday or Black Friday at Pro Image. Well, guess what? Tonight we're talking about Christmas in July. Black Friday sales event. It's going on Friday and Saturday. And now's a good time to get some good ideas for Christmas too. But check this out. This is pretty cool what they have at Pro Image. I'm sharing this with you because there's a lot going on. There's some Christmas in July stuff happening in downtown Durant as well. And we get more information on that. I'll pass that along to you too. But all kinds of cool things: snack helmets, chairs, water bottles, pillows, shot glass. I like shot glass. Is that 22-ounce glass? Well, I like shot glasses too. I have a nice shot glass collection. The only thing that's ever been used in the shot glass collection was Dr. Pepper. But I still have a really cool shot glass collection. But anyway, all these cool things, even neckties. So that's pretty nice. Anyway, I just wanted to show that to you. I thought that was something that was really pretty cool. And because it is, because it's Christmas in July time, you need to know about that. Anyway, so that is something that is going on. We have some more good guests that are, I have notes on both sides of the paper here. We have some more good guests that are on the way here before the month of July is over. So please be sure and tune in for that. Our next scheduled show is Tuesday night. That is next Tuesday night. And I'm looking, that is the 26th. So next Tuesday night, the 26th, that is our next scheduled guest. So keep that in mind. And I'll tell you what, I'm looking here. And we're going to, what we'll do is we're going to get Ron's information to you. I'm going to put it in the comments section immediately following the broadcast. So it'll be on here, but again, it'll be in the description on the YouTube channel as well. So we want to get that to you here in just a moment. All right. That, I believe, is our Wednesday night. Hope you had a good Wednesday night. Hope you had a chance to go to church tonight, whatever the case may be, to be able to just enjoy your Wednesday night. 2 more days left in the work week, and we do have an email address. So Ron Boyer can be reached by way of email at rboyer@bryancountyok.us, and we have the phone number as well, 580-366-1020. That's 580-366-1020. I'm going to do this really quickly there. Let's put that up there. If you're watching that, so you didn't have time to hear it, there is Ron's email address. So you can always scroll back and check that out. Here we go. There is Ron's phone number. If you would like to get in touch with Ron Boyer regarding questions for his race for county commissioner, or I guess anything else in Bryan County, then you can talk to him there. All right. Well, we'll get that information up to you on the YouTube channel as well. Thank you very much for watching tonight. I don't like to rush this. I felt like I rushed it a little bit last night. We didn't do a long broadcast. It was really funny. Mrs. Patriot, who is actually away right now, she is not currently here in the Emerald Quest World headquarters. And she called me last night, and it wasn't long after I shut down the broadcast, and I got the phone call. I look down, I can see it's Mrs. Patriot. So I pick up the phone. Hello. She said, did you just do a 4-minute broadcast? Did you just do a 4-minute show? I said, yeah, I did a 4-minute show. Okay, well, did it go okay? Well, internet, we struggle a little bit, but we're coming back tomorrow. So that's exactly what we did. But she appreciates you. I appreciate you. But what I don't like to do is I don't like to rush the last part. So I'll slow it down just a little bit. Number one, be wise. These are my closing thoughts. Be wise. If you don't feel like you have wisdom, God said, ask him. He said he'd give you wisdom. He wouldn't even find fault. It's not going to look down on you for asking. How cool is that? Have you ever asked somebody for something and they look down like, really, you're asking that? God doesn't do that to you when you're asking for wisdom. He said he'd give it to you generously and without finding fault. Number two, walk in love. All of us are dealing with something. Everyone is going through their own private battle. We don't all know what everyone's private battle is, and the best thing you can do to help somebody through today is simply to walk in love. Can you smile? Absolutely. Can you say hi? How you doing today? Absolutely. And you could also overlook some things that maybe somebody did something wrong. Maybe they cut you off in traffic. Maybe their basket ran into yours in the grocery store, whatever the case may be. Let some of these things go. Love covers a multitude of sins. It really does. So keep that in mind. And number three, very important here, do not walk in fear. You will have opportunity, very likely before the night's over with if you turn the TV on, and definitely before the week's over with if you turn on the TV or the internet, to be afraid of something because the national media is going to give you that chance to be scared about something, to be uncomfortable, to be nervous about your future, whatever the case may be. And I encourage you, please don't walk in fear. Have respect for situations. Absolutely. Concern for situations and recognize that you might have to do something that makes you uncomfortable. Absolutely. But do not walk in fear. Okay. You do those things. And I encourage you, when you do those things, things will start going better for you. Does it happen immediately? I think it starts taking place immediately. And you may see the results immediately. It may take a little bit for some of those results to come in. But I encourage you to do that as well. We got one more comment here. Let me go ahead and put this up so we can read it here. See if I can read this properly. I'm going to look on the monitor there. Sometimes we grow weary as believers. This is Ron posting this as well. Walking the road of faith gets hard. Other times it gets mundane. Sometimes doubt creeps in. We may even allow sin to fester in our lives and lead us to complacency and ceasing to listen to the Holy Spirit. But as believers, we can encourage our brothers and sisters to continue in the faith. Sometimes all someone needs is a reminder, encouragement, and support. Sounds like Ron was listening. All right. So if you've heard that before, that sounds like a winner, and I appreciate that. Thank you, Ron, for giving us a good word to close out on. So we'll leave that up there as I close tonight. Thank you again for watching. Please be sure, remember, and learn about your candidates. Still another election coming up in August. Keep that in mind. Think about these things. We had a good one on tonight, and you may want to go back and watch that again. All right. In the meantime, God bless you all. Thanks for watching. Next scheduled broadcast is Tuesday night, July 26th at 9 o'clock. We'll see you then.